HOA sent cops to my farm. I'm outside their jurisdiction, and they're now being sued. The sun hung high over my 60 acres, a patchwork of wheat and dreams I'd carved out in the middle of nowhere, far beyond the reach of city lights and petty politics. I'd built this farm with my own hands, every fence post driven into the earth with sweat and stubborn hope. It was my sanctuary, my rebellion against a world obsessed with control. But last summer, that sanctuary became a battlefield, all because of Karen Whitmore, the HOA president who didn't know where her authority ended or didn't care. Karen lived 3 miles away, in a gated community that thought it owned the horizon. Her HOA had no claim over my land. I was outside their jurisdiction, a fact confirmed by county records I checked when I bought the place. But Karen, with her pristine SUV and her clipboard of complaints, decided my farm was an eyesore. My old red barn, weathered but sturdy, offended her sense of suburban perfection. My free-roaming chickens were, in her words, a public nuisance. She'd send me letters, then emails, then voicemails, demanding I comply with her rules. I ignored them. I wasn't her subject. Then came the morning that changed everything. I was mending a fence when I saw the dust cloud first, a police cruiser slicing through the gravel road. 2 officers stepped out, their faces hard, hands resting on their belts. Behind them, Karen emerged from her SUV, arms crossed, a smirk curling her lips. "Mr. Harlan," one officer said, "we've had complaints about illegal structures and livestock violations." My heart pounded, but I kept my voice steady. "You're on my land. I'm not under any HOA. Check the county lines." The officer frowned, glancing at his partner, but Karen cut in, her voice shrill. "This farm is a disgrace. You're lowering property values for everyone." I clenched my fists, the weight of her lies pressing against my chest. I'd done nothing wrong, yet here I was defending my home. The confrontation escalated fast. Karen's accusations grew wilder, claiming my barn was a fire hazard. My chickens carried disease, even that I was running an illegal operation. The officers, clearly uneasy, started asking for permits I didn't need. I showed them my deed, my boundary map, but Karen's voice drowned out reason, her finger jabbing the air like a prosecutor. I felt the ground shift beneath me, my sanctuary defiled by her vendetta. Then, a twist. My neighbor, Old Man Tucker, hobbled over from his adjacent plot, his weathered face set in a scowl. Tucker, a recluse who barely spoke, had seen everything from his porch. "She's lying," he rasped, holding up his phone. He'd recorded Karen trespassing on my land weeks earlier, taking photos, fabricating evidence. The officers' faces changed. Doubt crept in. Tucker's unexpected testimony was a lifeline, a spark of hope in the chaos. But Karen didn't back down. She doubled down, accusing Tucker of being my accomplice. The officers, caught in her web of half-truths, radioed for backup. My stomach sank as another cruiser rolled up. I wasn't just fighting Karen now. I was fighting a system that didn't care about truth, only paperwork and power. I called my lawyer, Sarah, a no-nonsense woman who'd grown up on a farm like mine. She arrived within the hour, her boots kicking up dust as she tore into the officers with legal jargon and righteous fury. "This is private property, outside city limits. You're trespassing, and you're acting on false claims." Karen's smirk faltered, but she still hissed, "You can't hide forever, Harlan." Sarah filed a lawsuit that same week against the HOA Karen personally, and the county for wrongful enforcement. The discovery process unearthed Karen's emails to the sheriff's office, filled with exaggerated complaints and outright lies. She'd claimed I was running a criminal enterprise, a phrase so absurd it would have been laughable if it hadn't brought armed men to my doorstep. The lawsuit gained traction, and the community began to fracture. Some neighbors rallied behind me, tired of the HOA's overreach. Others, loyal to Karen, called me a troublemaker. My farm became a symbol of resistance, but it came at a cost. Every night, I'd sit on my porch, staring at the stars, wondering if freedom was worth this war. The trial was a circus. Karen played the victim, tears streaming as she claimed she was protecting the community. But Sarah was relentless, presenting Tucker's video, county maps, and even a surprise witness, a former HOA board member who'd quit because of Karen's bullying. The jury saw through her act. The verdict came down hard. The HOA was fined, Karen was ordered to pay damages, and the county issued a formal apology. I won, but victory tasted bitter. My farm was safe, but the scars remain, neighbors divided, trust shattered. My once quiet life now a local legend for all the wrong reasons. Karen moved away, her SUV vanishing from the gated community. I heard she started over in another town, probably terrorizing new neighbors. I rebuilt my fences, stronger this time, but the weight of that summer lingers. Tucker, my unlikely hero, still waves from his porch, a quiet reminder that truth can come from unexpected places. I'm free, but I'm not whole. The land is mine, yet the fight stole something I can't name. What would you do if lies brought chaos to your door? Share your thoughts on justice, truth, and community conflict.